Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the coffee morning. It's a lovely sunny day today, so...
As a marketer, you probably use a large number of marketing and analytics platforms.
Sorry, I forgot to mute the YouTube in the background. We did have one waiting, but whoever it was has gone. So, hello to the one viewer. Pixie's in the bath at the moment. So yes. And as the title suggests, the sun is out to play, but apparently it's all about to change. Typical English weather. So, according to the weather forecast, tomorrow it's going to be windy, colder. Hi, Ruby. How are you? I hope you're well. So yeah, we've got glorious sunshine here. But we listened to the weather forecast this morning, and it's going to change tomorrow. So we make it. I've actually gone on to like 3/4 sleeves. Normally, I've either got a jumper on or a long sleeve thing, but it's quite warm here today. I'm trying to have a look at it's 7, which is pretty reasonable. So I've just had a message from someone. I don't know. Well, I sort of know the person. So my doctor and I. Oh, yay! I'm glad about that, Ruby. I mean, I know you messaged me and everything, but I didn't know whether you wanted it known, etc. So I didn't mention it. So yeah. So I'm glad to hear that. At last, some good news for a change. Oh, see you, dude. How are you? Yeah, Mr. P's in the bath at the moment. I've been in and sort of tried to blow dry my hair, but it needs a cut. So it is what it is, isn't it? So yeah, we've got the two watching. Obviously, Mr. P's not watching at the moment because he's in the bath. He'll probably be there till I finish the live stream because I've never known a man spend so long in the bath. Wash my hair, wash myself, and out again. But Pixie's known to have been in the bath for about an hour. Never known a man that. Yeah, I haven't had my breakfast yet. So I normally just have toast for my breakfast. Ooh, latte. Lovely. On a roll. What, cake and latte? I know what you mean. All of it. Oh dear. Bella's not been very well. She's down at her daughter's. She's been poorly, bless her. So thought it was a cold, but it was one of these where, body aches and got shivers and, the general thing, but she got told it was just a virus. So she's actually down at her daughter's, so want to wish Bella a speedy recovery and to get well soon. I did a vlog yesterday. I filmed it and everything. it's not been published yet. I'm undecided whether to publish it today or leave it and publish it tomorrow. And I made luxury millionaire shortbread. So we had a little bit of an hiccup to start with because yeah, I made luxury millionaire shortbread. It's like a layer of shortbread. Then you make like a caramel bit, and then you top it with chocolate. Steve, by the way. But I had to redo the shortbread because I was doing other things and I forgot about it. And when I went back to it, it had burnt. So I scrapped that one and redid it. Don't take long, the shortbread bit. So it was just a matter of, you know, redoing the shortbread, etc. So yeah, I've yet to slice it. I mean, obviously, you know how warm it's been here. It does say don't put it in the fridge because it sort of hardens the chocolate and it'll be a lot harder to cut. But I left it out and I sort of went in and checked it before I went to bed, and the chocolate hadn't even set. So, you know, I sort of thought to myself, well, I'm going to have to put it in the fridge. Hi, Mel, how are you? Hope you're well. So, yeah. So, apart from the having to redo the shortbread, because I burnt the first lot, and obviously it were a bit warm, so it sort of didn't set the chocolate, so I gave in and put it in the fridge. Hiya, Kings in Darwin, how are you? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just typical sort of, you know, Americans is having the snow and everything. I mean, it's gorgeous, bright sunshine here. You know, and I mean, it got up into the 20s yesterday. But apparently it's all about to change. It's going to be, hey, Johnny, how are you? Yeah, we've yet to try it. Same as I say, I sort of started filming it a little bit late, and then the fact that I had to redo the shortbread, that sort of put me behind. So it was quite late. You've got 4 washers out on the line. We see I ain't got a deal. So I'm one of these that, you know, I'm not sort of just going to pour a few bits in and, hi, Flying Monkey, how are you? Yes, it is a lovely sunny day. So yeah. So I'm undecided whether or not to publish it today or leave it and publish it tomorrow. So and just to say, Johnny, I'm sorry about your dog Samson. I know, you know, I mean, we've got 3 cats, and if anything were to happen to one of them, then we'd be devastated. So I know. Oh, you've got to go back to work, have you? You're skiving off, Steve. But yeah, I'm sorry, you know, that you've had to. Yes, Ruby, thank you very much. Gave her first thumbs up of the day. Please follow. That's it. I appreciate that, Ruby. Mr. P's in the bath, so he'll probably be falling asleep in the bath, or so yeah, going back to I don't know what was going off with YouTube yesterday. Pixie published a drone video. Okay, then. Thank you, Steve. He published a drone video, and for ages and ages, it was showing no views. Yet it had about 25 comments on it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is. It does. It's short. I mean, they're babies, aren't they, Johnny? So yeah, and then so I went on actually onto the YouTube, on my phone, and there were video after video after video with no views. So it looks like it was a glitch in the system. I don't know what it was. Anyway, a bit later on in the night, I checked it again, and sort of going from no views, it flew up to about 70 odd. So I don't know what were going off with YouTube yesterday. I was watching Eagle VPs. That was the same. No views. And some, as I say, I checked on the yeah, I checked on my phone, and like nearly everyone that came up on my recommended list, it was saying published or streamed so many minutes ago, no views, and there must have been at least a dozen or more. Now I went to somebody's live stream last night, and they were saying, people in that live stream were saying, it's been a glitch, or it's a glitch, and so anyway, so that's that. And another video I can highly recommend, AZ Days, and a fellow YouTuber, and he actually only lives about 10 minutes away from us, and his name's Up to No Good. And they did the Death Nut Challenge, and I watched it, and I mean, I won't even attempt it. I won't even attempt the first one. And I sat there, and even my eyes were streaming, and I sat there thinking, well, I take my hat off to a pair of you for doing that. It did make AZ a little bit ill, but yeah, I couldn't do it. I know that much. I don't know about anybody else that's in the chat, but I couldn't do it. Oh, that's terrible. I mean, it's, if you've had sort of, parents have died as well, so it's really sad. It is heartbreaking. I mean, when you've had them that long, they're like your children. It was called, well, they did the first Death Nut. It's called the Death Nut Challenge, and it's basically, it comes in a pack, and there's 5. Well, AZ did the first one, and apparently somebody challenged him to do this. It's Death Nut Challenge 2. Anyway, it's one of the it's I tell you, I couldn't have done it. Couldn't have done it. And it were yeah. I mean, it started off easy. Was filming Up to No Good, and they were rolling about on the floor holding his tummy. So then they proceeded to do the challenge. Hats off to them. They did. Hi, Kate, how are you? Just talking about AZ and the Death Nut Challenge. No way, Jose. Hi, Crimson, how are you? And I don't do spicy stuff either, Johnny. And same as I say, I sat there and my eyes were watering. I mean, Up to No Good, his nose were running, his eyes were streaming. he was struggling a bit, but he pushed on and he did it. You know what I mean? And then I sort of felt sorry for Hazy because he said he'd had a big breakfast, and next thing you know, he's running off to be sick. You know what I mean? I can only tackle a coma, and as everyone knows, that's not hot. It's just mild. I mean, that's the mildest you can get, and I can only handle a coma. So so did Crimson want to come up on the panel? Worst challenge I have ever done is a Carolina. Well, you see that Death Nut challenge, it's like, I think it was Carolina Reaper +2 plus something else plus something else. So yeah, I mean, you can just imagine how hot it was. Tell you, I sat watching, and I sat and watched the whole thing, and literally I could feel my eyes streaming, just the thought of it. And same as I say, Kate, I've got to take my hat off to Easy and Up to No Good. You know, they did it. They did it. And as well, Kate, Up to No Good only lives about 10 minutes down the road, and he actually works at the hospital. He actually works at the hospital where my son were born. So yeah. And as you all know, we soon be getting a car, so hopefully in the near future we'll be coming and visiting Kate and Hazy, and also quite a few other YouTubers once we've got us wheels. So Up to No Good said took him about 3.5 hours, so roughly about that for us, because same as I say, he only lives sort of about 10-15 minutes away from us. So yeah, I mean, we've said for a long while, we'd love to come and meet you and AZ. There'd only be me, Chris and Callum, so we'd come and visit you for a few days. I'll not be doing no challenges, I could tell you that. So there'll not be no challenges while Pixie and Jeanette are in the house. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we'd love to come and visit you and Hazy and everybody else. Okie dokie then, Crimson. Yeah, I was just talking about Bella earlier on. I know I keep talking about it, but she's been really, really poorly. Oh, okie dokie then. I mean, I'd sort of, when it's planned or when we plan on coming, I'll get in touch with you, and you'll be able to tell me the name of the hotel, etc. So that'd be great. Oh, that's even better. That's even better, because we like staying at Premier Inns. So the only problem I've got with the Premier Inn is the king size beds, and they're a bit high off at floor. I mean, like a couple of years ago, before I had my weight loss surgery, we stayed in a Premier Inn, and obviously we booked a family room with it being myself, Chris, and Callum. Now the bed with that high off the floor, I couldn't sort of. Oh, that'll be lovely. We've always wanted to go to Wales, and as you know, Kate, Pixie's got a drone, and he's always wanted to go out in the countryside and film in Wales. So yeah, that'll be lovely. So yeah, so ending up, you see, it were like a king size bed and then a single bed. So guess who ended up sleeping in the single bed, and Chris and Callum ended up in this king size bed. So so yeah, but sort of since I've had the weight loss. Hiya, Kieran, how are you? Okay then. We're just on about, visiting Wales and Premier Inns, but I do like the Premier Inns, but sort of since I've had the weight loss, I'm a bit sort of better getting in and out of bed. But that, to me, they're a bit too high. Yeah, the king size beds, but it's like the Princess and the Pea. It's hard getting in and out when you've got a disability. So, Kate, when is it you're going for your infusion? I seen in the group that you'd been pushing for this infusion. Hiya, Paul, how are you? Hope you're well. So yeah. Ooh, that should be interesting. Oh, you're going today, are you? Same as I say, it's one of these you've got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, Yeah, Hiya, Dorian, how are you? Yeah, it's a glorious day today. 1:30. Well, good luck for that then, Kate. And I hope it sort of makes you feel a little bit better. Well, you see, the thing is, Kings of Darwin. I mean, our son's 16, so I mean, he does his own thing. Within the next month, we see we are waiting a car. I'm getting a car on the Motability. It's ordered and everything. It's just them sort of ringing us up and saying, come and pick it up. So, same as I say, once we get a car, then there's no stopping us. We'll be out and about, and might even do the coffee morning on the road, let's say, or the Pickerings on tour, something. Oh, you've got some new batteries, have you? Well, you see, the thing is, when Pixie bought the Spark, it got 4 batteries with it. So, it says, right, I'll get in the bath early. I'll come and join the coffee morning, but it can be there for about an hour. I've never known anybody take baths so long. And then he's on about going out, with the drone. So, but apparently it's all due to change tomorrow. Yeah, I get your tickets here. Hiya, Asgard, how are you? Yeah, per pot. Pickering's on tour. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to be able to get out and about. I mean, as you know, I'm sort of at the moment, I'm housebound. Keena just conned me, bought a unicorn with a tilt charge to that, took unicorn off me. So, but yeah, Chris made me laugh this morning. He had a scam phone call. He said basically they phoned him up. He answered it, and he says, "I'm pleased to inform you that you've won a £100 Pifco voucher or something. In order to order something, you've only got to put £100 to it. And Chris says, well, I ain't got £100 to put to, so thank you very much. Put phone down. So, just another thing I want to bring to people's attention. Like, if you've got young kids, there's a thing going around called Momo. Now, I don't know whether it actually, it's on YouTube or what it is, but I've not really sort of, looked into it. But apparently they target kids and they say to them, you've got to do this or you've got to do that. Otherwise, we're going to come in and hurt your family and your friends, and we know where you live and all this, that, and other. And they're getting them to do, sort of dangerous things. So just sort of like, I know Kate's got young kids, just to sort of bring your attention to it. It's a thing that's going round. It comes up with this scary face, and I'll just see if I can Google it. Excuse me for a minute. Right. Momo challenge. British parents freaking out over Momo. Parents warn disturbing Momo suicide challenges hacking Peppa Pig YouTube videos. Videos showing the creepy character popping up in seemingly innocent Peppa Pig episodes are being widely circulated on Facebook. Parents are being warned that the sick Momo suicide challenge is hacking into children's programs on YouTube. Videos showing the creepy character popping up in seemingly. They show the character, a terrifying bug-eyed woman, telling children to hurt others and themselves. Yeah, it says at a primary school, they've issued a warning and say children have been asked to turn on gas or to find and take tablets. We are becoming increasingly aware of highly inappropriate videos circulating online and are being viewed by children across the school. So, just bringing everybody's attention to that. I mean, it is a sick thing that's circulating, and just to make you aware. I mean, we're lucky. Callum's 16. It is wise, if you know what I mean. So, no. Ruby says, let's go and spy on Chris. I don't think he'd appreciate me walking into the bathroom and filming him while he's in the bath. But yeah, they're specifically targeting young kids, that are vulnerable and everything, and it's really worrying, that the things that they're getting the kids to do, turning gas on and taking tablets, but they're more or less being sort of threatened that if they don't do it, this person is going to harm the family, the brothers and sisters, the mum and dad, etc. And to me, that's the lowest of the low. Hi, AZ. We've been talking about you. I hope up to no good, recovered. I did watch the video, and you know, all I've got to say is, you must have stomachs of steel. That's all I've got to say on it. I don't think you'll be doing it again in a hurry. Yeah, well, I'm okay. I mean, just been talking to Kate about coming and visiting you in the next month or so. Yeah, it is. It's really bad. It's really bad. And sort of my outlook on it is, what's the world coming to when you've got people preying on vulnerable kids? Hi, little B, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're well. So yeah, it is worrying when you've got young kids, because they're on the internet. They sort of, they sometimes watch YouTube, etc., and basically they're preying on the vulnerable. So I thought I'd just bring that matter up, just to warn people with the young children, just to be aware, and just be watchful and things like that. So yeah, I mean, hopefully in the coming months, we'll be visiting quite a few places, and hopefully Wales is going to be one of them. So yeah, and as I've just said, the Pickerings will be on tour, but we won't be doing a challenge while we're up your way, Easy. That's all I've got to say. So there'll be no challenges. So yeah, so hopefully we'll be coming up to Wales in the coming months. So yeah, I mean, same as we've said, once we've got the car, there'll be no stopping us. The only downside of it is, I don't do hot curries. The only thing I can sort of stomach is korma. So I mean, I can do Chinese, but I can't do curries. The only downside is, at the moment, Callum is studying for his GCSEs. He takes his GCSEs this year. So it's sort of got to be like at the weekend or during the school holidays. So I know the next one that's coming up is Easter, which is in April. So it's sort of, that's sort of what the next sort of on tour thing that we're hoping to do during the holidays, because they are off for 2 weeks. So there's quite a few people that we want to go and meet. I mean, Eagle VP only lives about, just over an hour away. We want to go and visit Emma and Dennis. They live in Leicester. That's not too far away. So we're calling it the Pickerings on Tour. So combined vlogging on the way sort of thing, from myself and Pixie. So but same as we've said, I mean, myself and Chris has always wanted to visit Wales, the countryside. Obviously, he's got the drone and whatever. So yeah, you see, same as we've said as well. Now he's got the smaller drone. It's a bit more portable. So he's looking forward. Oh, okay then, little B. Thank you for coming in. Darwin's not that far, just a short car ride. Yeah, it's on it's the other side of the world. I mean, I'd love to go to Australia. It's just the plane journey to get there. You know, like a 24-hour journey and being cooped up in a plane for, you know, God knows how long. It'd drive me crazy. Plus my knees, I don't think would take it. So, but yeah, if we do ever win the lottery, I mean, we could hire a private jet. So, I mean, that won't be too bad. So, yeah, if we win the lottery, we'd come to Australia. That's if they'd have us. They'd probably say, oh, God, we're not having them lot. So yeah, you know, it's there's a lot of seaside places that we want to visit as well. You know, I've always wanted to go. I mean, I know like Bridlington, and I've got a friend that lives in Whitby, and things like that. You know what I mean? It's like this. Once you've got the wheels and whatever, you can go wherever you like. Callum's at that age where, you know, he's independent. He's got his own key and everything, so don't really have to, you know, sort of be here for Callum. So yeah, it's hopefully within the next few weeks. So what's everyone been up to? I've just been telling everybody I filmed a baking vlog yesterday. Luxury Millionaire shortbread. Oh no, I've never been. I've never been there, Dorian. I've never been to Perranporth. No, I don't think I have. But that's a good idea. I mean, it's like you see, like a normal beach. You know, when you're disabled. I mean, it's hard, sort of mobility wise, you know, to get on a beach, and you know, but same as we've said, you know, if you win lottery, I mean, world's your oyster, basically. So yeah, same as I say, I filmed the baking vlog, and I couldn't make my mind up whether I were going to publish it today or save it and publish it tomorrow. But I think I'm going to leave it and publish it tomorrow, because obviously I'm live streaming today. So, you know, it's. But I think you two were a bit broken yesterday. Same as I was saying earlier, Pixie published a drone video, and oh, it's in Cornwall. I've where we've been, Newquay. We've been to Bideford Bay, which isn't sort of quite in Cornwall, but you know, it's you know, it's you know, it's like the only downside of it is it's such a long car journey, and obviously when, you know, the arthritis in my knees, I get a bit, you know, antsy after a while, you know, sitting in the same position. And but the new car, it's got quite a lot of leg room, so, and like not the bucket seats, but the sort of ergonomically, as they call it, designed for comfort. So yeah, so as I say, it's filmed and everything, but same as Pixie says, you can now schedule them, and it sort of publishes them automatically. So what I think I'm going to tell him to do is like schedule it to be published tomorrow. So and I've got the next one planned, and it'll probably be at the weekend. Yeah, this is the one. Sticky chocolate drop cakes. Sort of that's a picture of them. Look, that's my next one that I've got planned. If you can see, it's basically a tray bake. So it's like a chocolate sponge with chocolate sort of icing and then chocolate drops on top. So yeah, that's the next one that I've got planned, but that'll probably be happening at the weekend. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad then. I mean, it's about 12 miles from Newquay. But you see, like, I think when we went to Bideford Bay, which is sort of not quite in Cornwall, it's sort of Devon area, that took us about 5 hours. But it's a case of, like, every couple of hours, I'll take a dozen or two. But yeah, you know, it's a journey. And it's even though like we go a couple of hours and stop and have a toilet break and probably a bite of something to eat and have a drink and whatever, you know, it's you cooped up in a car for like 4.5 hours, you know. But you know, we're one of these. We like to go to different places. You know, we thought about Guernsey or Jersey or things like that. Those cakes look damn, they look so rich. But you see, this is a thing, Doreen. I like to do things that I think other people can make. You know, I don't like anything too intricate or too difficult to make. Yeah, the luxury millionaire shortbread, it were time consuming, and it were you've just got to get everything just right. I mean, you have to make the caramel center yourself in a pan, and you know, you've got to sort of on a low heat while it melts the butter and the sugar, etc. But then you've got to bring it to the boil. It is sort of a little bit difficult, but I'd had it sort of requested quite a while ago. And I am, you know, if you're still here, Kieran, I mean, which is Abandoned City Camo Crew, he'd requested fudge tart, which is like an old favourite. You know, it's an old like Isaac. Hello. It's all right. I'm anybody that's new. Happy birthday to you, Isaac. So yeah, that the one that Abandoned City Camo Crew was sort of asked me to do is the old, you know, school dinners type one, fudge tart, and it's basically pastry, custard. It's simple. It's simple enough to do, but I've had that many people say, "Can you make this?" or "Can you make that?" or blah blah blah. I sort of I've been inundated with requests to make things, you know what I mean? And I keep saying to him, "I'll get to it. You know, just be patient. I will do it eventually." So, and then I have actually downloaded some gluten-free things, you know, like people that have a celiacs or things like that, because I've got gluten-free popcorn fudge bars. Well, no, actually the popcorn gluten-free popcorn fudge brownies, and that's the picture of them. You know, because I know there is people out there, you know, that, you know, I've got an intolerance to wheat products, so yeah, you know, and then I've gluten-free lemon drizzle as well. So this is the fudge tart that that Kieran asked me to do. And so, as I say, I don't know whether you can see it. It's just like pastry, like a custard, and then like grated chocolate on top. So that's sort of easy enough to do. So so yeah, there's quite a few in the pipeline at the moment. So yes, you know, they but a few that I've got sort of intentions of doing. So I just thought I need a proper way just now. We'll catch you all later. Okay, then I'll see you. Thank you for coming in, and I'll see you later. So yes, they just a few that I've got in the pipeline at the moment. So I can hear Mr. P is, it looks like he's coming out of the bath. Drop right down to 5 at the moment. So has anybody got anything planned? Any big events coming up, or any vlogs that you know, they've got planned at the moment? So as I say, Pixie's on about going out with the drone today. So obviously there'll be quite a few drone videos going up within the next day or so. And same as I say, I've got the vlog that I've filmed, and then I'll be doing one at the weekend, and you know, I don't think we've got anything else planned. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you see, this is the reason why I wanted to do the gluten-free thing. You know, I thought, well, you know, there is. I mean, because my ex-brother-in-law, he's a celiac, and he has to have special flour, and he has to make his own bread, and he makes his own. You know, if he has a cake, it has to be with his flour, etc. So I do understand. I mean, you know, taking into consideration that there is people out there that have got, you know, these conditions where they can't eat like normal flour. Hi, Eric Cuthbert, how are you? But it's like I like to cater for everybody. So yeah, there will be a few gluten-free recipes in the pipeline. Same as I say, I've you know, I've shown you, you know, the few that I've got. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Lovely and sunny here. I mean, it makes you feel a little bit better when, you know, the weather's good, and it were a bit misty and sort of bit on the chilly side this morning, but sun's glorious. I mean, I've sort of graduated from like jumpers to a like three-quarter sleeve sort of t-shirt thing. So yeah. So what is everybody doing today then? Are we, you know, I mean, I've got, same as I say, nothing planned. I've got to cut this this shortbread into squares. But apart from that, you know, just the, you know, tidy up and wash the pots and, you know, nothing sort of spectacular. Oh, it's 9 p.m. there, so just chilling. Where are you from then, Cuthbert? I mean, it's like 11, nearly 11 o'clock here, so are you in Australia or that way, or it'd be nice to know where you're from. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're from Australia then as well. Talk of the devil. Yeah. Kings in Darwin says, I think that means Queensland. Oh, well, you see, we keep saying that, you know, once the weather gets nice, I mean, obviously during the winter, I mean, we've not been able to get out in the garden. I mean, I can't really do a lot, but sort of Pixie does most of the work. I'm sort of just there as in a supervisory capacity. So we said, you know, now the Midlands. Oh, I'm actually originally from the East Midlands. Yes, I've already told them you out with the. So yeah. I mean, you see, this is the problem. I mean, it's a lovely, glorious day, but until we get the car, somebody's actually got the shorts on.
I have. Show me sexy legs.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Pixie's got the shorts on, look. Gordon Bennett.
Why not?
It must be in his hot blood because I don't think it's that warm.
Oh, roasted.
So there you go. You had a flash of Mr. P's legs in the shorts.
You want a coffee? Got a toast?
No.
Hey.
Your pocket's hanging out as well.
Not very.
Wolf whistle. That's Kings of Darwin. They've just wolf whistled at you. But yeah. So you see, the thing is, yeah. Well, this is it. Same as I say, we having mobility and being disabled and everything. I actually sort of go out there and, you know, show willing. I mean, I'll hold the bin liner and things like that, you know, for the weeds and what. You know, I can't really do a lot physically.
That'd be me doing all hard work.
I've just said. Oh, you used to live in Derby. I mean, I come from, you know, Mansfield area in Nottinghamshire. So, I mean, I had a friend that used to live in Derby as well. So, yes, I know it well. Ah, so you move in the next year or so then, Kings of Darwin. But you see, we actually live in South Yorkshire now. Mr. P's from Sheffield, so we sort of moved this way about 5 years ago, is it? Yeah, about 5 years ago. You just up there for the wife's work, are you? I see that. But you see, same as I said, you know, Pixie's originally from Sheffield. All his family live in Sheffield. So, you know, we came to this area because where we lived, I mean, it was struggling to find work. You know, it was either agency work or things like that. But he came here, got a job straight away.
Where did he post it?
Not as I know to. Got work here straight away, and you know, we're in council housing, but we're not at the moment. You know, we're in a housing association, rental property. But you see, where we lived before, it were like what they call a masonette. It were like it's got stairs and like an upstairs bedrooms and everything, but we're in a block. But yeah, you've missed him flashing his legs, Ruby. It's come down in his shorts. He's flashing everybody his legs. She wanted me to spy on you in bath. Ruby wanted me to spy on you in the bath. I says, I don't think it'd take too kindly me taking camera up there while he's soaking in the bath.
You're not missing much.
So yeah, you missed him flashing his legs, Ruby. Dorian says, morning, Mr. P.
Huh?
Dorian says, morning, Mr. P.
Who does?
Dorian Gray.
Oh.
Yeah, are you going to flash Ruby your legs? Being as she missed it last time.
Yeah, Ruby, just for you. These sexy slippers, look.
Yeah, we'll stick her on bottom of them. So that was specially for you, Ruby Slippers. Being as you missed it last time in flashing his legs. I mean, I've got the jogging bottom. I have gravitated from a jumper to a sort of like a 3/4 sleeve t-shirt. So sort of, you know, Callum's gone to switch through. Oh dear. The only thing I can say is it's a good job you've seen them from a distance. You know, we're close up. It don't. We're not go there. As I was just about to say, in 2015, he got cellulitis in his left leg, and he was hospitalised with it. Ruby says it could only be better if it was my Kevin.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. I mean, he's in Spain at the moment, Ruby, so you might see him in his shorts. I doubt it, but so yeah, in 2015, in November of 2015, he got cellulitis in his legs, and he was hospitalised with it, and he got septicemia, so it was really, really dangerous. And ever since then, I mean, it came up. The only thing I can sort of what it looked like was somebody had poured a hot kettle down his leg. There were blisters. There was everything. My sister's from the UK. She's from BU. Yeah, I've got that one. Burton-on-Trent. sort of that, you know. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I can sort of say what it looked like was somebody poured a hot kettle down his leg. Hiya, Rinda's World, how are you? And it was, you know, the blisters, you know, sort of that size. It was on intravenous antibiotics. Hiya, Ian, how are you? He's in the kitchen making me some toast, and he's got his shorts on. So anyway, it was having the intravenous antibiotics. He was having to go back every day to the hospital once he was discharged for about 3-4 weeks every day to have these intravenous antibiotics. And after that, it got to take the oral ones for about 2 weeks. But you see, at the moment, I mean, if you were to see it, his left leg from his knee down to his ankle is red. Now that is the scarring from the blisters and whatever. And the doctors have said that's not going to get any better. So he's got this cream, zero-based cream, and it's like a medical like moisturizer for it. And he has to do that every day, well, every night and every morning. Put the cream on his leg, and the best thing for it is to, like, he's got the shorts on, you know.
It's a good job it's red and white, not blue and white, I tell you.
So yeah, he's still got the, you know, and the doctor said that sort of redness will never go away. In grade 2, I was friends with a girl whose mum left a pot of boiling water on the stove. She knocked it and she had no skin left on her upper body. Oh dear. But you see, I mean, I don't know whether people know what cellulitis is. Excuse me, Tim. Anybody can get it. They say it's caused by, you know, if you've got a scratch or something on your leg, but it's like an infection that gets in your blood. You can get it other places, but it mostly targets your legs. And it's one of them cases where, you know, yeah, I mean, is at the moment, Ruby's like a purple colour, but they said that'll never fade because the blisters and everything that it caused. I mean, he started off, he went to work on the Monday and he came home and he didn't feel well. You know, like feeling sick, and then he was going hot and cold, like, you know, more like cold symptoms or flu symptoms. Now he'd you know, oh, thank you. Yeah. So anyway, the Tuesday morning, I rang the doctors because it already had cellulitis before, so we sort of knew the signs. So we got up on the Tuesday morning, and it was just like red. And we says, right, you know, you're getting into the doctors. He went to see the doctors. She confirmed, yes, it was cellulitis, and gave him sort of antibiotic tablets. I got up the next morning. It was like I just got out of shower. It was wet through with sweat. It was being sick. It was, you know, the other one as well. So right, I says, right, you know, this is not on. I'm going to phone doctors. I'm going to get her to come and see you because he was that ill that he couldn't, you know, even though the doctors were just up the road. He was that ill that he couldn't get to the doctors. And I rang, and within 10 minutes the doctor had come down to see him. So she says, I don't like the look of it. You're going to have to go into the hospital. Now, this is the thing. She says, well, she says, I'm going to go back to the doctors. I'm going to get you transport, like e.g. send an ambulance for you, blah, blah, blah. We sat waiting and waiting and waiting. And eventually she did ring after about half an hour. She says, can you make your own way down there? I says, well, what happened to transport? So we actually had to ring a taxi and go down to the hospital. But obviously they give you a slip of paper, and she'd actually sent him to the wrong, you know, the wrong department in first place. So anyway, they eventually got him onto the ward, and the ward sister came and she says, well, if I were you, she says, one, I'd make a complaint about the doctor. She should have rung an ambulance immediately. And she sent him to totally wrong department. So, you know, that were a bit of contention, but he was that ill by the time he got to the hospital that it turned to septicemia. And you know, septicemia is dangerous. It was sort of like on the verge of his liver packing up. You're on the verge of his kidneys packing up. And it was just so happened, and it were lucky that they caught it in time. I mean, otherwise, you know, it wouldn't have been here. I think it took you about 5 months to recover from it, didn't it?
Like that.
About 5 months. It were really, really scary time at the moment. But see, the thing is, a lot of people don't know what cellulitis is. Now she's stuck with me.
Oh, excuse me.
See, that were another thing as well. We got a car outside, and Picture's the only one that drives. You see, the thing is, Eric Cuthbert, the thing is, you were meant to be saved, if you know what I mean. I always say this. I mean, I choked on a peanut when I was like, I think about 18 months old. And I'd got pneumonia and bronchial pneumonia. And at the time, I mean, we're talking in the 60s, I was in an oxygen tent, but I pulled through, and I'm here, you know, to tell the tale. And I always say, it's fate, you know, you know, you were meant to survive. And I'm a big believer in that. Ruben must have a webcam installed. Sorry about eating my toast while I'm... But yeah, you know, I'm one of these... Oh dear. Got bitten by a poisonous spider. See, that's one of the things that puts me off going to Australia. You know, they've got the deadly black widow and a lot of poisonous spiders. But yeah, you know, I mean, I've had a lot of challenges in my life. I got gallstones while I were expecting. You know what I mean? And I were really, really ill. And, you know, it were my bad luck. I had two go adrift. One were in my pancreatitis. I had pancreatitis because the first one were in my pancreas. Then I had one go adrift in my bile duct. And, you know, all this while I were while I were pregnant. That's another thing. Crocodiles. There's a lot of scary animals in Australia. So yeah, you know, this were, you know, my third child, and having gallstones on that, and I were really, really ill. And Ruby would please Keith. She was asking where Kevin was. Chris has been flashing his legs because he's got his shorts on, and she says, not as good as my Kevin's. So Ruby wants you to flash your legs to her while you're in Spain. So that's a request by Ruby. She wants to see you in your shorts. I had a good cell life. How are you? Yeah, so, you know, Ruby's made a request, Keith. She wants to see you in your shorts. So next time you're vlogging, make sure you put a pair of shorts on and flash Ruby your legs, because she's had to settle for second best. Because Pixie's flashed his legs to Ruby because he's got his shorts on. So she says they're nice, but not as nice as my Kevin. So there you go. Will do. So how's the weather treating you, Keith? It's glorious here today, but apparently it's going to change tomorrow. Callum's actually gone to school without his coat, so Cuthbert says if you want to see something decent, come to Australia. Well, you see, I've got a thing about firemen, you see, so oh, it's 18.
I'll see what it is today. Hang on.
I think it was about 7 or 8 last time I looked. But it did say we were looking at temperatures of about 20.
13.
With 13, it's getting up there.
We'll feel 16.
I'm not far behind you, Keith. And just to let you know, Keith, we've ordered the car. So we'll be coming to see you in the next, few weeks, let's just say. Yeah, but I mean, it's like it's warm here, but you've not. It's different heat in Spain. Yeah, I agree with you there, Eric. But I mean, they're doing an awesome job, and you know why people target paramedics and things like that, I'll never know. It's all right. I'm just getting my multivitamins. 27. 24 vitamins and minerals in that one. Yeah, it drinks cheaper. So yeah, hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks, Keith.
Hoping it's tomorrow.
and we've aptly named it the Pickerings on Tour. So yeah, the Pickerings will be touring, and AZ and K, it says there's a premiere in about 5 minutes from where they live. Are you listening?
Yeah.
I says AZ and K, it said there's a premiere in about 5 minutes from where they live.
They're in Wales, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's it then.
So I've told them. Yeah, I've told them we'll be visiting. Because AZ Day says I'll make you one of my curries, and I went, I don't do curries. I says I'll settle for a Chinese, but I don't do curries.
Yeah, no curries for me.
Oh, but and just to I've been talking about this Momo thing that's going around, just to warn people that's got young children.
The what?
Called Momo.
What's that?
It's a scary face that comes up, and it's like they're embedding it in Peppa Pig videos that kids are watching on YouTube and whatever, and saying, well, if you don't do this, and turning gas on and taking tablets and so
waiting for a ticket to
well, that's it. I mean, he'll have to take you next time, Ruby. All right, okie dokie. But I mean, I'm more of a lover, not a fighter. But you know, like things like that, it does get me back up, and you know, like when people attacking nurses and doctors and things like that, you know, it sort of they're there to do a service. You know, it's and that's one thing that that gets my back up. You know, people that that have had too much to drink. I mean, you know, if it weren't for you drinking in excess, you won't be there in the first place. They're trying to get you out the pickle that you're in. You know, it's self-inflicted, and then sort of they turn on the doctors and nurses and paramedics and whatever, and you know, I sort of take my hat off to the doctors, the nurses, the paramedics and everything, because they do have a lot to put up with. So yeah, changing the subject again to the car. I mean, we're hoping that, I mean, it's nearly a week since it was ordered. We've got yet to, apparently they send you a welcome pack through with the post and this PIN number.
Home in St Kilda. Don't know that one.
No. Were it like a sinkhole or something? I mean, I don't really know. Oh, I'll see dude's back. Welcome back. While you've been gone, Pixie got me my toast. He's made me a coffee. So yes, once we've got the wheels, we'll be.
Let's go shopping for a swimsuit.
Good on you, Ruby. That's all I can say. Shopping trolley and bags.
Oh, needs a swimsuit.
Yeah. Me. You don't want to see all this hanging out on a beach. That's the only thing I'm saying. I am spoiled. He's done me my toast and he's done me a coffee and
I'm going to watch Pops in a minute.
once I've it says Harry Cuthbert, some douche belted a copper's head into the ground.
Oh dear. I know, good.
You see, this is the thing. I mean, it's like, as well here in the UK, you know, drugs are rife, and you know they get off the red on drugs, and they do all these stupid things. You know what I mean? You know, it don't matter whether it's Australia, whether it's the UK or wherever. You know, I put it all down to drugs and drink. You know what I mean? You don't need drink or drugs to have a good time. You know, it's like at our age, I mean, just going for a nice quiet drink, you know, you limit a few pints, you come home, probably, you know, chips or a kebab or something on the way home, and that's it. You know what I mean? But the youngsters nowadays, you know, I mean, we lucky. Callum's 16 and he don't like alcohol. So, I mean, and I've had 4 kids and none of them have ever touched drugs or things like that. So, you know, it's, but you know, the drugs are so easily available nowadays. So, oh, you got it on film. Well, you speak for yourself, Mr. P. You're the crazy one.
What do you mean?
I mean, the only drugs we have is coffee and cigarettes. That's about
Beer
it.
at the weekend.
Oh, and beer at the weekend, Mr. P does. I don't very often drink, so. And with me having a disability, it's hard to get out anyway. So, you know, we're a little bit of an own body, really. So, well, what I'm going to do, guys, I know RC Dude's just come back in. About an hour and a half I've been going, or thereabouts. So, I'm going to close it down, and I'm going to go and see if I can slice this
Cake.
yeah, well, it's not a cake, it's millionaire shortbread. So I'm going to have an attempt at cutting that up once I've had my coffee. So, and then being as it's nice, we're going to potter about that house and do a little bit of tidying up. So I want to thank everybody for coming in, everybody that's been in the chat. Yes, and Mr. P will be out with the drone shortly. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. Eagle VP, Pixie, Ruby, Eric Cuthbert, Kings in Darwin, and Dorian, and everybody for coming in. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry it's only a short one today. So I'll see you all again on Friday, and look out for the baking vlog that's coming. So I'll see you all on Friday. Bye. Bye.